Previously on Lost.
What's up, everybody? It's Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, and today is a follow-up video on my ant invading my N64 video that I did about a week and a half ago. So what I did was I took the ants that invaded my N64, I cleaned up the whole shelf. There's no ants in my room as far as I can tell. I haven't seen any ants in a long time except for in these bags. I put the controller that I was using and it was on top of the N64 in this bag, plus the power supply, which I bought a completely new Nintendo brand power supply, so I'm throwing this one out, cleaning out the controller later on. Actually, I don't think there was any ants in the controller, so it should be fine. But you can see there was ants in this bag, a little bit here and there. I put an ant trap in the bag with the controller sealed in a Ziploc. Now I did the same thing, sealing a bag, which the bags didn't really fit on the N64, so I wrapped it multiple times, with an ant trap in there with the N64 console. So now we're going to take apart the bag and take apart the N64 with my screwdriver with the bit, and I hope it doesn't rain. A little scary. I'm doing this outside so the ants don't get in the house. I've got some cleaning supplies. I've got a paper towel and Q-tips. I might actually have to go get some more cleaning supplies, I'm not sure. I've never actually had this experience before. So let's jump in. Today's hybrid games, we're taking apart the N64 and cleaning out some ants. It's the first time I've unwrapped this since I've put it together. So I'm just going to unwrap it, put it on the ground. I kind of taped the bag. Probably going to get some ants on me. Maybe dead ants. There's a lot of dead ants in here. Here, I'll even show you. I don't know if I can get a good camera close up with the camera, but I'm doing dual cameras, so there's a bunch of ants in here. I am assuming they're all dead, but there could be some live ones, so there might even be a queen in here. I don't know. Let's take this apart very carefully. Jeez. So many ants. There's a lot of ants in there. I'm sealing that up. I'm going to throw that in the trash bin afterwards. Oh my god. It's weird. It's one thing seeing it on your, your bag, but it's another thing seeing it on your favorite Nintendo 64. Like, them actually on the 64. Oh my gosh. There's so many ants. Look at that. Look at that. I don't even want to get near my phone, so... yeah. They're not that near. Sealing up the plastic Ziploc bags. Yeah. I think we're about ready to go. Okay, so N64 is right here. This little flip-up thingy for the game, or not the game, but the expansion pack. I need to clean that off too, just because I know it flips up. I don't think you have to take it off to take off the console, but I'm just gonna clean off the surface with my just basic paper towel. Just clean off the surface. They're mostly dead ants. I haven't seen any live ones yet. If they're alive, they're a champion. I'm going to kind of shake it on the table. Not too hard. Get a little bit out of there. Okay. I'm going to put this cap back on it, or this cover, or whatever. I'm a little freaked out, by the way, guys. Ants freak me out. But when you're outside, it's not as bad. You know, it's not as bad outside. Here's the N64 front. I'm gonna wipe it off. Doesn't feel like dirty necessarily. It just feels like an N64. It might feel a little bit stickier, maybe. Or is that just me? I don't know. Clean out the power area. And by the way, guys, at the end of this video, I forgot to mention this, but at the end of this video, after we're done taking it apart and putting it back together, I'm going to see if this actually works still. Oh my god, look at all those ants on here. I kind of want to brush that off. There's so many of them. Well, they're all dead, so it doesn't matter, but... Here, put it right there. Put this right here. Okay. It's a windy day. It's a windy day outside, so I'm trying to control the wind. Look at this little expansion bay down here. What is this even for? There's no ants on the cap, but there's ants inside the little expansion tray. I think it's for like the disk drive. I'm not sure. There's one. I want to get as much out as possible. You know, I don't want any survivors or stragglers or anything like that. You know, get it as clean as I can before I take it apart, because I got the outside clean too, not just the inside. It's kind of crazy. It's really crazy, actually. Like, what the heck? I don't even know how this happened. I didn't have that much food in my room. I didn't have food in my N64. It's not my secret food stash. I don't know what the heck the deal is. I'm assuming it was the retrobit power supply, like, getting overheated, being plugged in too long, and then, like, heating up there. Because this is where the ants seem to be coming from, was this power part. So, yeah. Okay, well, like, let's take it apart now. I got the bit head on my screwdriver. Now, I have taken this N64 apart before, but hold on, screwdriver's kind of finicky. Come on, screwdriver. I'm gonna have to just hand it. Can I do that? No. I gotta get a screwdriver. Hold on a sec. It's a little, it's like loose or something. Let's see how to do this. Okay, there we go, I got it. The screwdriver head's top is like loose for some reason, but it still unscrews. That one's unscrewed. I think there's 6 screws that you gotta unscrew. Maybe 5. Yeah, there's 6. Okay. It's just kind of hard to get with this broken screwdriver. Okay, it's not that bad though. I'm gonna put them over by my phone, which is this camera, so I can keep them safe. Let's check out, not lose them in the backyard. Oh yeah, these little, the feet come off too. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've taken apart my N64. But I did take it apart last time to, what's it called? To put in a different system tray. There's some ants in the feet part too, which is crazy, coming out already. It's just showering ants. Like, what the heck? They're dead. I haven't seen anyone moving yet. You know how fast ants move, so you'd probably really notice them. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird. This video might go on a little long. Let's unscrew this one, and there's one in the middle. And there's this one over here. I'll just get them all right now, real quick. Unscrewing. Okay, got that one. There's one right here. I don't know how well you can see this on the video. This isn't really like a how-to video. It's just kind of like a follow-up video. If you want a how-to take apart your N64 video, just watch someone else. This kind of sounds depressing. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is just like, I'm cleaning my N64 because there's bugs. Okay, we're almost there. Screwdriver's kind of wonky. I have another one just like it. That's why I got them mixed up. This is the bad one. I don't know where the other one is. Okay. Are they screwed out all the way? This one is. Or no, maybe it's not. It's just really close. Now, by the way, guys, this is the actual N64 that I had from when I was a kid. So it's not like I bought it somewhere and like it was treated badly and bugs got in it. It's just like, it's not like it's been in storage for very long or anything like that either. It's just kind of been like there all the time. Which I don't know if that makes ants want to show up more or less. Put these in the caps. of the feet. Is this one not coming out? Okay. But we got a little more to unscrew before we get to the inside part, and then we'll see what we see. I actually have no idea what it's going to look like in there. It's probably going to look terrifying. Because there was like, I'm going to say at least 300 ants. There's about 100 dead ones in this bag, and then who knows how much are in there, and all the ones that came out in my room that I cleaned up in there too. Almost out. Okay, there's 1 and 2. Those are the last 2 screws. Put them in there, and there. Okay. Alright guys, moment of truth. You ready for what's going to be inside the N64? I'm looking at both cameras. Okay, let's go this way. There's one on the top. I'm going to clean that off. A little better. Okay, here we go. Taking apart the N64. I think that was all the screws. Wait, was it? Yes. It was all the screws. It's just a little finicky, I think. Okay, there we go. You know, honestly, it's actually not, like, bad inside. What the heck? I mean, yeah, there is some in, like, the feet part, but the electronics look fine. I'm not going to take apart the whole, like, motherboard stuff and all that, unless I have to. But, like, look at this. That's the inner side. This is our replacement 3D printed tray that I got so you can play Japanese region games easier. But yeah, there's a couple in this part where the expansion pack is, or whatever it's called, the 3D expansion pack. There's nothing really to clean inside this tray. I'll clean it just real briefly with a Q-tip, but then we'll work on the bottom part. I'll put it over here so I can kind of knock out any ants that might be in there. And I'm assuming it's just the power supply, and I'm not taking apart the power supply, but there's a lot on there too. And the reason why I think it's the power supply is because, for one, it's third party, it's really old, I've had it for a long time. I had it for maybe like 10 years or 8 years or something like that, that specific power supply. It gets warm, ants could stay warm with it. Also, it's not the original Nintendo, but also, something I was gonna say. It just, I don't know, it's weird. It seems like when I pulled that out, all the ants were like back in this area. Or wait, yeah, back in this area where the power supply goes. And then there was a bunch in the power supply coming out of the power supply when I plugged it out. That's why I put them into 2 separate bags before I decided that I was going to just throw it away. And just get a new one, which I got the new one already. So I have it ready to go. And it's an original Nintendo branded one. It should be a little bit better. I could probably just take this thing out, but I'm cleaning it like this, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't see that there's any ants in between it. It's just kind of there. Well, the top is clean. Is there anything in the, like, tray? Not really. I don't see any more there. If you guys see one on the camera, let me know, because I might have missed something. There's a live one. Wow. That's the first live one we saw. Well, it's not live anymore, but weird. There's one live one. On the top. Is there a hidden part that I'm not seeing? There was one live one in there. I don't know how or why. Must be the lone survivor. Okay, so now we got the actual N64 here. I was expecting to see like a giant queen sitting right there with a nest, but no, we don't get that, to see that today. That's actually a good thing. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's a good thing. There's ants in my Q-tip tray. It's gross. I'll probably just put this in a bag at some point and not use that as a Q-tip tray anymore. There's an ant right there. I'm just gonna clean this out with a Q-tip. There's a living one. Wow. There's a couple live ones in here. I don't know how. Get them out of there. There's a few live ones here. So I don't know what the heck. I don't have any, like... Well, I could get, like, some kind of cleaning solution, but it's not like... This is all, like, regular, like, wear and tear for N64. It looks about the same as it did last time I was looking at it, which wasn't too long ago. So clean it real briefly with a basic Q-tip. Yeah, I don't know. They were like pouring out of like every hole, it seemed like. So I'm gonna clean everything. Looks like I could get some cleaning like alcohol, rubbing alcohol, but now these little feet part right here have like a ton of ants in them. Let me get rid of those. There's a live one. I might actually have to take this apart further, and I'm not sure how to do that. I mean, I know there's like screws, but yeah, I don't want to take all those out, do I? I mean, I guess so. I don't know which ones I have to take out, because there's this tray right here, which is big. I'm used to like the NES and Genesis inside, which are similar, but this is more stuff. Yeah, I don't know. If there's still live ones, then I might actually have to do that. And there's a bunch in this like power supply area too. There's a big one. I don't know what that was. It's like a double ant. Okay, whatever. There's a bunch of weird like things in this. It's kind of freaking me out. I don't know, how many ants does it take to multiply? Like it's not like you just need a queen to multiply, or is it like any ants? How do they work? I don't know. There's just like a bunch of like dirt in there. It's like ant guts or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to like take that apart. Somehow. This doesn't have a opening on the bottom either, so it's kind of weird. God, look at all this. Look at all those ants. I don't know if you can see on that well, but there's like a lot. Can I just blow them out? I don't know. I don't want to get too involved in the N64. I also don't got all day, so I'm kind of like, not sure. Oh, we got some eggs. There's eggs right there. Right there. There's eggs. So we're gonna have to clean this out. They're like in the screw. Okay, well I'll be right back. Well, no, let's see. I don't have the right screwdriver with me, or do I? Maybe I do. Maybe it's in here. No, it's not in that cap. Okay, sometimes they're in the cap. Alright, I'm back with a screwdriver. It's your basic Phillips screwdriver. We are going to unscrew this even more. I'm not sure exactly which ones I need to unscrew. It looks like it's these ones on here. Yeah, it's those ones there. Not this bar part. I don't need to take apart the whole thing, I don't think. But we do need to get further in here. I think this is a good screwdriver. Since the top is clean, the top half of the N64, I mean, is clean, we are going to use it as a tray for screws, I guess. God, there's one in there too that I missed. Get out of there. I don't know, they're on like the electronic parts, which makes me think that this N64 is not going to work at all. It turned on the day that I saw the ants. It turned on, like it powered on. It doesn't necessarily mean that it works. I mean, it could just mean that, like, you know, the power works, but like maybe like the whole video and everything else, controllers and whatnot, or even like the game reading part, might not work either. I've never taken the N64 apart this far before. I've taken it apart so I can, you know, once again put in that custom tray. What did I do? This thing probably comes out. I'm just basing it on like what I do when I take apart the Nintendo NES, which I've done multiple times. That's a long one. Okay, keep these long ones in mind because they go right next to where the game pack goes into. This come out now? No. This might be harder than I thought. I might have to put this apart like in a different video, like put it back together in a different video, or just on my own time. Let's see. Oh, this one right here, okay. Okay, let's put that down, let's see if I can move anything. Does that have to come out too, this thing right here, or does it just slide out? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I should have looked at the tutorial before this. Normally I do, but this is like not normal. This is not normal circumstances. These silver ones, I'm going to set over here because they go back around that area in the back of the N64. Why is this one not connecting with the screwdriver? I don't know. I've never done this before on this screw, so I don't know why one screw wouldn't be working. Okay, we got it. I thought it was stripped, and I was like, why? Okay, there we go. Should be most of the screws now. Let's come off. Yeah, it can. What the heck? Wait a minute. It's like the video cable is like thingy. I don't even know if I had to unscrew that or not. Okay, is that better? That's better. Okay, that got it almost out. What else would be holding it in? I don't know. Maybe these things. Come out a little bit. It's almost loose. It's like that was like something that I needed to do. So maybe these screws right here. They're really tiny ones though. I can still get them. There's a big ant coming out, so I know they still got to do this. This one has little ant eggs on it. Just freaking me. Freaky. Put it down here because it's special. Put this one down here because it's special too. Okay, there we go. That was it. That's all you have to do to take apart the N64. I'm going to put this over here. Is there ants on it? No. Maybe I'll look inside. Like, where's that? This didn't come off? I don't know. There's some ants on the bottom, which I'll clean off right now. And there's, oh, that freaked me out. There's a screw I didn't want to lose. Put these screws over here. Put this up here on this cardboard. This is like the N64 pretty much. And I'm going to clean out the bottom. And the bottom of the tray just looks like your basic plastic. I probably don't just wash this with water, which I think is what I'm going to do. Before I put it back in, I'll wash this under like the sink after I clear out the ants first. Just to make sure there's no like sticky or food crap in it, you know, residue or anything like that. Or like whatever, ant residue too. So this is all plastic. This is not, well, not all plastic. There's some metal. I'll take out the metal. But it's like, it's not like electronics. And then I'll dry it before we put it back together, which I'll do on my own time. There's a hairball. That's reasonable, but like the ants are not reasonable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wash this out, so I'm not even gonna do anything except for flick out the dead ants that are in there. I was kind of hoping we'd see a queen ant, but I don't think so. I mean, if you see one, let me know, but I don't. There's one right there that could be a queen. That's actually pretty big. I'll keep my eye on that one. These little pins here. Well, this thing came out. This is part of the power button light, I think. Or something like that. I don't know. Oh, it goes for the power button. Yeah, light. Okay. LED. So this is pretty much empty. There's no electronic parts on here. We're going to wash that out once again. I'm going to try to get anything else remaining out of there. There could be a queen there. I don't. It's just like a really big guy. I don't know if that's actually what a queen looks like. I'll give you a close-up of it in a sec. Okay, this one I'll set aside because I'm going to wash it. The one that I thought was a queen, here I'll show you. It's do this right. Now here's the ant tray, or the ant aftermath. Now the one that I thought could be a queen is that one right there. That one right there. It had a little thing coming out of its like butt. And it's bigger than the other one. Is that a queen in the center there? I don't know. But yeah, you can see there's a couple that are alive for now. And we're gonna put all this in one of those bags, throw it away. Let's check out the actual system. There's the bottom. I guess that metal part does come off. Doesn't look like there's any ants or any damage really either. Like I don't understand. They could be like completely inside that part, but it doesn't seem like it. Seems like they're gone. That might have been the last. I don't think there's. Okay, so I'm going to carefully clean the N64 part right here, and then that'll be it. And then when I come back, those should be all assembled, and we'll see if it still works. That's the most important part, see if it still works and get rid of the ants. So I'm going to continue to clean this one a little bit, but that's about it for this video. Alright guys, we're in the game room now, and we are about to test out the Nintendo 64 that was once flooded with ants, an ant infestation in my N64. As you saw in the earlier parts of this video, we took it apart and cleaned it, and it took me a while to put it back together again, and also I took apart this controller just to double check if there was any ants. I did that off screen. There wasn't anything really in it. It was just a little bit of like dirt and dust, and there was like a piece of plastic that was rattling, so I got that out, so that's cool. So now we're going to check if the console works. Now that's put back together, and everything's assembled. It's set up on the TV, but I haven't pushed power yet. So we're going to check that out, and also check out if the controller works too. So let's just show you that real quick. I've got, where is it? N64 right here. Got the controller plugged in, power off, we're set. Expansion pack's in there. It's actually looking a little bit cleaner than it was originally, which is nice. It's got the game, Pokemon Stadium, in there right now. Got the new, well not new, but original, manufactured, Nintendo branded power supply that I just got very recently, a couple days ago, and I got my Insurrection Industries S-Video cable going on in there. Everything should be hooked up. So I'm going to turn this to the TV. There's the TV. Not doing a video capture today, but here's the TV. Okay. Moment of truth, guys. Let's see. There we go. Nintendo quality, I guess. It's got that lasting ability to endure ant hills and ants and ant infestation and other things that might come in trouble with your N64. There we go. Cool. Pokemon Stadium on the N64. Everything's working. Let's see if the buttons work. Start button works. Now I might have this configured wrong visually. It looks a little flickery. I don't know what's going on with that. It could be my it could be a different issue that I'm having, but we'll figure that out as time goes on. Alright, so there's a little bit of flickering in the video that I don't know if it was there originally or not. I'm using a different setup than usual. Usually I have it going through my capture card on my computer, not just directly to my TV with HDMI, because I've got the RetroTink. This is plugged into the RetroTink with S-Video for N64. So it's a little flickery. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. We'll figure that out, and I'll update that. I'll update you guys on that later on, of course. But for the most part, the problem seems to be fixed. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for the supportive comments on my previous video where I showed the ants invading the N64 and coming out of it. It was a big surprise to me. This was not something that I ever expected to have happen in my electronics. I mean, especially with the N64. I mean, I've had this one since I was a kid, so there could be anything inside that attracting ants, but I think it might have been the heat or power supply, something like that. So hopefully that will not happen again. And I've checked all my other consoles. I've cleaned my room multiple times since then. Checking for ants, checking for crumbs. I did not see any other ants so far, aside of cleaning the N64 today. There was a couple live ones in there today, but for the most part, they were all dead, so that's good. And I didn't see any other ones when I was putting it back together, so that's good too. Alright everybody, thanks for watching Happy Beard Games today. Stay tuned for more classic gaming goodness right here on Happy Beard Games. Bye!